What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Johnny Nitafan. I'm a life insurance agent that helps life insurance agents just like you scale your life insurance business. And in this video, I want to share with you guys how to 3.7x your income, how to 3.7x your life, your freedom, your family's future, right? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I've been implementing this in my life, how I've been seeing tremendous growth in any aspect that I really want to accomplish, and really how I tackle goal setting, right? Because it's one thing to just set goals, but it's another thing to accomplish it. And you might be in the position right now, and I was in the same exact position too, where I'm setting a bunch of goals, I'm getting told to write them down. I'm saying, hey, if I write them down more with an end date, I'm going to be able to accomplish them more, and all of a sudden, like, it's not actually happening. And so this actually has helped me really grow and scale and be able to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month consistently as a life insurance agent, sell 1 to 3 policies a day, and help a ton of agents actually scale their businesses, scale their income to heights that they never thought possible, right? And what's cool is, like, there's people coming in, like Adam, he just had like a 3 deals in 2 days just coming in to the community. So by actually implementing some of these strategies too. So in this video, I really want to break these things down. So first of all is it's all about habits. It's all about the habits that you have in your life, because motivation is going to come and go. Motivation is gonna, it's here and then gone. It's just like the wind, right? It's here today, gone tomorrow, or it's here this second and gone the next second. And so if you really have habits in your life, that will help you really stay true to the process. It will help you stay true to the grind. It will help you be able to actually accomplish your goals, because motivation might come and it feels great. And I remember speaking with an agent a couple days ago, and she's like, hey, I don't have motivation. I don't feel motivated right now. How do I get motivation every day so that I can be able to sell? And I was like, you don't, right? Like the top producers that you know, especially like I've had motivation, but that's not really what drove me. When I have motivation, when I feel inspired, when I feel motivated, when I feel ready to go, I actually think about what habits can I implement now so I solidify this desire. And so instead of you guys thinking about the goals, think about the first step, right? When you're climbing Mount Everest, it feels like a huge task, but all you need to do is just take the first step. And so that's the same thing with habits. You have to master showing up, and you have to master being able to do it, right? So here's kind of a breakdown. Don't have a morning routine. You don't need a morning routine to be successful and actually be able to 3.7x your income, your life, your relationship with God. Like, obviously, like, it's not linear like that, but it really is building habits in your life to be able to help you get to whatever goal that you have, right? So if you're wanting to make $100,000, I'm not thinking about how to, like, I ask myself, how do I make $10,000 a month, or $8,333 and 33 cents and change, something like that. It's being able to have that and be able to do that, but then it's really like, okay, what are the actions actually necessary so that I can accomplish these goals? What are the actions that I need to take on a day-to-day basis? What are the habits that I need to become the man that makes $100,000 a year, or 250, or 500, or $1 million a year? That's my question right now, is like, what are the habits that I need to implement into my life so I become the person that is worthy to make $1 million a year? Because the marketplace, as you guys know, as I've said in many videos, it doesn't care. It doesn't care what skin color you are. It doesn't care about what ethnicity, what race you're in, or are. It doesn't matter about that. It just matters about, are you going to do the work? Are you going to have the habits in your life so that you can be successful? So I want to break this down a little bit more. So, like, what my mind is thinking is like, hey, I want to make $100,000. Okay, I need to make $8,333 every single month. That's about $2,000 a week, give or take. How do I actually do this? And what are the habits that I need to do? Well, I need to pick up the phone and I need to dial. I'm one call closing, so I need to be able to not set appointments, but I need to be speaking with people consistently on a day-to-day basis. So the habits that I would put into my life and actually adhere to, is make sure that I do, is I'm on the phone by 8 a.m. non-negotiable, right? Wherever I am, whether it's Pacific time, whether it's Eastern time, whether it's Central time, whether it's whatever time, I need to make sure that I am on the phone by 8, because that is solidifying the habit. I'm eating the frog. I'm doing the hardest thing right at the beginning of the day, so I'm able to win, right? the way that you win today is by doing things that winners do and having a to-do list so that you can just head on accomplish that right away. And the thing that's going to help you make more money is just doing the work. It's not about doing a cold plunge. It's not about doing all these crazy 3-hour, 4-hour routines, morning routines, but it's about just doing the work. And so I firmly believe, like, hey, if your morning routine is sucking all the energy out of your life and out of you being able to produce and go out and actually make money, then cut it out. Save it for later. I'm not saying it's bad. I actually really enjoy meditating, praying. I really think that that's actually important. But at the same time, if it's taking life from me, it's taking energy from me, then I need to stop doing that ASAP. So for you guys, shorten the amount of time from waking up to work, right? Max, he actually said it in a podcast that him and I did. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. He's doing about $35,000 per month. But he talks about he just wakes up and he starts dialing right away. There's no friction between him actually being able to make money because his goal, and I'm not saying that you have to do this, but if your goal is to optimize your life to make more money, then you have to live that way. You have to show that in your actions, and your actions are going to show how committed you are, right? And it's easy to say, hey, I work 40 hours a week, but you actually don't. So what are these systems and processes that you have in place in your life? What are the habits that you have instilled so that you can consistently hit those goals when you have motivation and you don't? So condense that time from when you wake up to when you start dialing, because you're going to have peak motivation, you're going to have peak energy and peak focus, and that's the time that you optimize that so you can scale to the amount that you want to have. So another thing, right, is on top of habits is like habit stacking, right? So once you have one habit down, which I'm getting like blown up because of how many, Kyle just got another sale. We got Daryl, who made a sale, just absolutely blowing up in the community. I got to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. But being able to habit stack, right? So once you are on the phone dialing, what else can you do to be able to actually compound your growth and compound the effects so that you can see optimal success in your life? So once you have the one habit, right, you're mastering waking up and hitting the phones right when you wake up, what else can you add that will help you in this time? And I really, really want to preface this by saying it's going to be harder than you think. It's probably going to take more energy and more resources than you think. So you have to have full energy to make sure that that first habit is done. Now, the second thing is habit stacking, right? Like stacking on the habits that you've already built so you can continue to compound your growth, compound your income, compound your success as an agent. So once you're on the phone dialing right away, what else can you add on top of that, right? So another good habit that you can get into is doing the boring work, doing the things that sound so simple and so real and so good to do, but not a lot of people are actually doing this, right? So like making it a habit to track your metrics, making it a habit to compound your growth, like in terms of call reviews, right? Listening to your tonality and seeing where can you increase, where can you get better so that you can make more sales, so you can make more money, so you can help more people. What can you do, right? So tracking your metrics every single day, that's a really great way to keep track, right? And so the reason why that's so powerful is because it solidifies the habit, because you're able to get a reward. Because once you start tracking, once you start seeing the numbers continuously, and once you start continuing to do that, there's a reward there that happens. And so start tracking your numbers right away. So use that as a way to habit stack, right? So you're doing the dials, but like what else can you do? Tracking every time you make a dial, or rewarding yourself every time you do that, so you have a positive reinforcement on why you should continue doing that action. So that is another way, right? So obviously you got the dials going, then you have the tracking, and then I would say once a week, optimize, right? Look at your numbers and say, okay, where can I improve on these numbers? When I have all the dials that I've done for the week, the contacts, the presentations, the how many sales that I've made, and then you track actually like how many sales you made per dial, or how many dials it takes you to make per sale, or how much money you made every single dollar or every single dial that you made. Once you start doing that, then you start gamifying that, and the most successful people, the people who see continuous growth are the ones that gamify it. So figure out a way to gamify it, whether it's your agency, within your group, whatever it is, right? That's why we have leaderboards inside the community, is because we've officially gamified it. And once you do that, once it becomes a game where it's like, hey, I'm just trying to get to the next level. Yeah, obviously the money's there, but like I'm just trying to get to the next level inside the game. That's when you start winning, because then it becomes fun. Then it becomes enjoyable. Then it doesn't become a life or death situation where you're having to pay rent, but it actually becomes fun to continue going and to get better and better and better. And that's when you really start seeing a huge compounding effect over and over and over again. So I hope this helps. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you guys make a ton of money. I want to see you guys 3.7x this year in 2024. And if you do this, if you actually implement this, if you actually start putting this into action, think to yourself, okay, what are the metrics that I can track? What are the things that I can do to give myself the reinforcement? Play on human psychology that, hey, this works. If I positively continue to reinforce myself of doing the actions and the habits, then I'll be able to live the life that I want. Because a lot of us start with the end in mind, but start with the beginning. Start with the start. Start with the very first part and say, hey, how can I show up every single day? How can I master waking up every day? Right? Because, and here's why I say this, because James Clear talks about it in Atomic Habits that there's a guy who he would go to the gym, but the way he cemented the habit was the first 6 weeks. He said he had this rule. All he had to do is he would go to the gym every single day for less than 5 minutes a day. And they're like, dude, why are you doing that? He ended up losing 100 pounds that next year. And the reason why he's able to do that, because he mastered showing up. He thought through all the hard details of actually, okay, what shoes am I going to wear? How am I going to get all my clothes out? What's my morning routine so that I can get out the door right when I wake up? What are the habits that I needed to do to be able to get there? And so you need to optimize for getting on the phone and starting a dial so that you can actually do the work. And that just takes practice. It's not going to be perfect at first, but nothing in life that's actually worth it is going to be the first try, right? So make sure that you're able to do this so you are able to scale long term. I hope this helps. Like, subscribe, and comment so you don't miss out on another daily video. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.